Well, this month, the U.S. pledged hundreds of millions of dollars in humanitarian aid for African nations struggling with food insecurity and violence, as well as new programs to fight malaria. The policies announced during the UN General Assembly are among the Trump administration's most significant new African initiatives. But as VOA's Mariama Diallo reports, some of President Trump's remarks to an audience of African leaders raised eyebrows.
At a luncheon with African leaders on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, President Donald Trump says he'll send his UN ambassador to Africa to discuss conflict resolution.
We're closely monitoring and deeply disturbed by the ongoing violence in South Sudan and in the Congo. Millions of lives are at risk, and we continue to provide humanitarian assistance.
$575 million is aimed at programs addressing violence and famine in South Sudan, Nigeria, Somalia, and Yemen, says USAID Administrator Mark Green.
It's everything from, again, food distributions to immunizations to make sure that we're dealing with health needs to, when we can, beginning to look at resilience in food production and the local economy.
In the fight against malaria, there are new programs in Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Niger, and Sierra Leone. Some of the funding is new money, Green says, but other funds will come from existing programs. African Union Chairman and President of Guinea, Alpha Conde, took advantage of the opportunity of meeting President Trump to make this case.
Africa needs substantial investments for the emergence of a vibrant and resilient private sector, which can contribute to the enormous employment and empowerment needs of women and young people.
A call echoed by outgoing Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in this interview with VOA.
Why officially we've done a whole lot. Because of our environment, the lack of infrastructure, basic things like roads and power, upon which manufacturing and industry are based. Now that those things are now beginning to come on stream as a result of our work, they'll be able to attract U.S. private investment.
In highlighting the opportunities that exist in Africa, President Trump referred not once but twice to the non-existent country of Namibia and said many of his friends are going to the continent to get rich. Although he was heavily criticized for his comments, American University professor Kweku Nwama said on Skype he wasn't particularly offended.
People invest in your country not necessarily because they want to help you. They want to help themselves too, and there's nothing wrong with that. They can get rich as long as Africans also get rich from the relationship. And hopefully, that's what's happening. Hopefully his friends are not going there to loot, but they're going there to create opportunities for everybody.
Nwama added that Africa doesn't have to have famine for the world to take notice. He says a true mutually beneficial relationship should go beyond responding to crises. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Washington.